out here. It's October 31st. Seeing what's still looking good. Check out this plant. Now, I have turned off my drip. And I love this. I am going to have this every time I plant in these containers because this thing has been going since I put it in May, June. Look at that. I'll put the name of it on the screen. Look at those beautiful petunias. Like I say, my drip is off. I turned it off last week. And you know how it is once you turn the drip off. These petunias are looking great. Those red hot salvias are still looking good. Right there. A row of them. And I took these out. I had some zinnias and they were still looking good, but they were just really all over the place. So I just took those out of the container and left that empty. My knockout roses that I bought on clearance, I'll leave that video in the card up above if you want to check that out. But I got them on sale at Lowe's, and you know their clearance section. And look at them. They are gorgeous. Pink, red, and then this one is the white one that I purchased. And look at the buds. I mean, we'll see what happens when the frost hits things, but right now they're still doing good. And I'm not really a mom person. I could have put a mom in that pot, but it would be dead by now. But check out my petunias. October 31st. And I'm not pulling them until the frost hits them. And that'll be sometime in November. Down here is these petunias I did from seed in this container. And they're a wild petunia. They're not like super petunias that you just saw right there in the front. These are just wild petunias, but I like the fact that they're willowing up, a phrase I just made up, willowing up in this container because there's a lot underneath and you need to be able to see this up high. So I will do this again. I love this. And petunias growing in the container, October 31st. Gotta love it. I do have reblooming irises. This is a yellow bearded iris. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And there's more to come. I have a cluster of these plants right here in this area, and they will do their thing in the fall as well as the spring. This is a fig. And there are figs in here. I pulled these from the backyard because I just didn't have the room. And I said, well, I'm going to put them over here on the side yard. And if it lives, it lives. And if it dies, it dies. And it's living. I have them growing, figs growing at this time of the year. And I picked one so far. So it's not like it's doing a lot. I like the foliage of the leaves. I mean, even if I don't get any fruit, you see fruit on there, but if I don't get fruit, a lot of fruit, I'm okay with that. It's still alive. I didn't have to throw it in the trash just because I didn't have room for it. I just put it in a different spot and it's alive. Look at the beautiful oak leaf hydrangea. Look at the beautiful fall color. I love this plant. All season beauty. My cannas are ready to be cut back down. I just cut them at this point. But at a certain point, I will cut them all the way down to the ground. And they grow back. As long as they're up against this foundation, this wall, they will do well. Look at the knockout roses. And all the birds. Look how pretty they are. A lot of people are not fans of knockout roses. I am a fan. I'm going to in the spring, cut this down about halfway, and I just put in drip because these 1, 2, 3, 4 roses had drip, but these 3 did not. So now I have drip on those 3. So I'm expecting them to get in line like your brothers and sisters, and they will. They are prolific roses. They grow really great in my area, 6B. So I'm not going to be disappointed in them. They are going to do just like the rest. And I'm just happy to have them in here now. I did drip over here in this area. Cleaned up a little bit in this area as well. And it looks a lot better, and it's ready for spring. It's ready for all the things. I have roses still producing in this area that are beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. And I did drip. I had drip over here already in another video. I will link that as well in a card up above. I did a tunnel and went all the way from there all the way to here because I had a globe spruce that died. And I don't want anything else dying. So I put a ring around, a drip ring around this Coreopteris and around this barberry, this beautiful red barberry that shines brightly in the spring. I also did this container, and I'm ready to put stuff in it in the spring. So I'm excited. My coral honeysuckle is always in bloom. Every time I look at it, it's just always in bloom. I have to do a little pruning here, but it is always beautiful. Look at this beautiful hydrangea. This is firelight hydrangea. And this is what they mean when they say firelight. It is beautiful in the fall. It's that chartreuse green and white, and then it's this in the fall. Isn't that beautiful? So this area I will be cleaning up when the frost actually hits. I'll take out those petunias. I will clean up this, cut this back, take out the sun patience. They did great this year. And cut back my hardy hibiscus. I will cut that back as well. And just all of the perennials that are no longer, the only thing that will be left over here is this yellow mop head and of course, the Japanese maple, which I absolutely love. It sits in full sun every day of its life, and it just gets prettier and prettier. Of course, the leaves will fall off in the fall, winter, and it has this beautiful curving trunk, which I love. And this, I always leave the Carl Forster grass, so you'll just see that Japanese maple, the Carl Forster grass, the container that holds the petunias, and this mop head. All the other things will be cut back. I'm thinking of putting pansies if I can find any. If not, this bed will be, that's how I will put this bed to bed. So yeah, that is what you see. The flowers are still going October 31st. Right up here, we still have some supertunias in this light box with these smaller mop heads, which I love. You can always cut them back. That's what I found. Don't fear that they're going to get humongous. I like this size, but in the spring, I'm sure I'll cut it back a little bit. But I do like this plant in here. Everything else that I had in here, I did not really care for. But I like this. I like having the petunias come out on the side of the box, and I just think it looks nice. Now over here, I redid this bed because it was nothing but weeds. It was a patch of grass that just produced nothing but weeds. I was cutting it with the lawnmower and it was a hot mess. I just took it out. This is I will put it on the screen, but I always cut it back. The foliage on here will fall down flat and then I'll start clipping it off. And then these are I just like it. I'm not expecting any food from it, but I just like the uniqueness of it. I got it in May, planted it here, and it's been doing this ever since then, and I really enjoy it. I put some autumn joy sedums. You can always just take from what you already have, and look how it has the green growth on the inside, and then these beautiful burgundy, I guess that's the flowers, coming from the top. I think they are pretty. I like how clean this area looks now instead of just a big weed patch. Love the containers holding the flowers. And I like the little patch of salvia, red hot salvia, along with the roses. I mean, to go from an ugly weed patch to flowers that are producing October 31st, guys. But this is the front yard. This is what it looks like up front. This is what I do. I do not believe in tearing anything out unless it's dead, and nothing's dead yet. So this is how I deal with the fall. I don't put in mums. If you look around, most of the mums that people have put in October, they're dead now. And one of the big reasons is because people buy them when they're fully open and they see all the beautiful color, and then they take it home, and then they expect it to stay that way all throughout the fall, which they do not. What they do is they die. Mums are to be purchased when they're closed up tight. They should have some type of label on them telling you what color they are, but sometimes it's nice to just get a surprise. That's just me. Everybody does things differently. I just would like to share. If your stuff is dead, of course, get rid of it and do what you want as far as fall stuff. But if your stuff is still alive, let it live till it dies. Why not? I mean, this has been going since May, June, but it's still going. And why pull it if it's not dead? So I will be putting up the veranda furniture shortly, but I have time still. Just going to show you in the back what's still going on strong. Here are my petunias down at the bottom, up here on the top. Every now and again I'll come in and take off some flowers here and there. Like I say, it's 41 degrees and they're looking pretty good. These are in containers. I put in a lot of straw when I put in garlic just recently. I did a video on that. I will leave a card on that if you would like to check out how I put in the garlic in my raised beds. But since I had a big stack of straw, I just went on and put it in these areas. And I'm glad I did, because sometimes it could get a little messy. This is the flower garden, and I have put it to bed. And you can see where the squirrels are putting in their nuts here and there, and I don't mind, whatever. But yeah, I put in the drip irrigation in these raised beds as well. If you did not see that video just recently, I will put a card for you to check that out. But They are all done and ready for the spring, which makes me very happy. The Stand By Me clematis is still doing its thing. This bed is done. I do have to put some drip emitters lines going along here. That's the only thing I did not do in this bed. This bed has the Munstead lavender in it and some spring things that'll come up in the spring. I made room for my rose to have drip around it as well. You can't see it because it's underneath the straw, but it has drip and I'm happy about that. My Amsonias in these containers, they have drip. This has a drip line for whatever I put in there over this new season. And that's another Amsonia Starstruck. I love those. They're getting ready to come into their own for the fall. It turns a beautiful yellow. I love it. So let's go over to the vegetable garden. I'll go this way. Birds are singing, enjoying life. Still have this elephant ear. And yeah, this is the vegetable garden. This is my blueberry. I did buy a new one to put in here. I just have to put it in, so I have to make time to do that. Rose is doing well. This is the rose that I planted this year, and it's going to go all the way over to that side. I can't wait for that to happen. You know, time flies so quickly. Before you know it, it'll be doing that, and I'll be talking about, I remember when it was so small. Squirrels are doing what they do. Put that back on there. Looks like they've been in my garlic bed as well. I have got to put my I thought I put it on there, but I guess I didn't. I didn't, but I need to put my cages back on here. They are digging away at my beds, as you can see, so I have to be diligent and get out here and do that. Yeah, somebody asked me in my video, they don't usually mess with garlic because of the odor. That's true, but they do, as you can see, come into the bed and start putting in their stuff and rearranging your stuff. So they may not want the garlic per se, but they will mess up what you already have. So that's why I like putting these little fencing things on top. So I have to do that sometime today. So this is my vegetable garden. Very small, very quaint. I'm not a big vegetable garden person. I don't grow a lot of vegetables. What I do grow is garlic. Now I put that in October. That won't be ready to harvest until June. So that's what I do then. And then in June, I will take the garlic out and put in potatoes. I like to put things in here. It just depends. Sometimes it's tomatoes. Sometimes it's melons. I do like to do melons. I love my blueberries. This is my favorite blueberry bush. It's in its fall color right now. I will put tomatoes in here and in here. I had cloth containers in this area and I took those out because they collapsed and they started looking a little wonky. But I like just these whiskey barrels for my tomatoes. And of course, my Reliance Pink Seedless Grapevine. This thing, I'm so happy to have it. I really am. It's nice to have in my garden. This year I had loads and loads of grapes, which I really should have not kept a lot of them on the vine, because too many grapes I'm finding on the vine it looks nice, but you can't really eat them because it's too much energy going into so many grapes, and they end up not tasting like grapes are supposed to. So I'm learning that I have to limit how much I keep on for next year, and then let it just allow those that I do keep to do what they're supposed to do, so that I can have grapes that I can actually eat. I have a viewer, his name is Christian, and he said, but you as a friend can call me Chris. So Chris, I appreciate you asking about the grapevine, and you asked if I could do a video on it. Now, later on, I will be doing a video. Right now, it is pretty much, even though it has leaves and everything on it, these leaves are going to fall. And when they do, it's a good time to come out and prune this. I love it. I got it from Gurney's, and I had some before that just was not able to deal with my 6B weather. This one does really well in our cold temperatures. So far so good. What I'm going to do though is when the leaves fall, I'm going to start pruning it the way I want it, and then we'll go from there. But I just wanted to show you what it's looking like right now, and I will do a video in the spring. Right over here on this trellis, and I still have petunias down here. So as well, when the frost comes, they will kill this, but right now it's still alive. I'm going to enjoy it as long as it's in the garden. So yeah, that is what's growing in my yard. I'm going to take you guys with me today, October 31st, and go and check out some of my clients' yards. Oh, I forgot about that. Isn't that pretty? Amanda Villa is still doing its job. Let's go around here. My veranda rose is still producing some pretty flowers. Still got lots of buds on this baby. I tell you, I love this plant. Full of buds. Oh my gosh. Will it ever stop? I don't know, and I don't care. As long as it's happy, I'm happy. This is that new Coreopteris I purchased. The bees and the pollinators love. This is that new puppy love grass that I got this year. This is, put it on the screen, but I'm looking forward to that growing. I got everything over here put in the bed like I wanted. The straw is really showing me where the squirrels have been doing their thing. I expect that if I don't put bird netting in my containers, that's what happens. That's just going to happen if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. They're going to be themselves regardless. And if I don't protect my investment or put things in there that I don't want them to touch, like my bird netting, they're just going to do what squirrels do. So I can't be mad at them. I just need to do what I need to do. So I will be putting in some bird netting, especially today, in my raised bed where my garlic sits. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this area. It is doing well. Can't wait to see what it looks like this upcoming spring. I'm going to have a lot of beautiful woodland phlox pop up that comes up in the spring. Beautiful purple flowers. I love the spring. It's just a wonderful time, as well as all the other seasons, but that's one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm going to take you guys with me to some of my clients that refused me from coming and taking their plants early. They said, please, I want to keep enjoying them. So Here it is, 41 degrees. A little bit later, it'll probably be even colder, and I'll be pulling those plants. You know, we have some surprising weather sometimes. Sometimes it's in the 60s. I'm going to try to shoot for a day like that when we've already had our frost and go out and pull those plants. Right now, they wanted to keep them, so I'm going to take you with me today. I'm not going to do anything but just do a drive-by, and I may get out and look at some of the plants that are still growing in their gardens. So I just wanted to take you along with me and see what's happening over there. All right, this is the first client that I will visit today. This is a subdivision that I take care of, and it is still looking pretty. Look at the flowers, the coleus, the sun patience. Very, very nice. There's some, you know, you can tell some of the coleus is ready to expire. For the most part, roses. Everything is looking nice. I do a lot of the trash cleanup as well over here. Man, I tell you, these subdivisions, because this is one of those, you come this way to exit, you come this way to enter, people tend to throw out a lot of trash. It's unfortunate, but I do that here as well. Love the coleus. Beautiful, beautiful. So on the other side, I put some geraniums. And I love geraniums because all you do is pluck the spent flowers. And it's back to looking pretty good. Daylilies, lots of spring things come up here. But like you can see, things are not dead yet. Again, October 31st, last day of October. So I'll be back, but right now, nope. I put some wax begonias around these tree stumps. They're going to eventually pull these stumps. Then I can plant in the beds. This is another one of the beds that I maintain. Just got some begonias in, as you can tell. They're still in bloom. No frost has hit it just as yet, which is nice. The flowers are done on this side. Some sections get better water than others. In this section, there's more begonias around these stumps. And you know, when those begonias are hit by the frost, you know it. It is obvious, very obvious. And it has a little begonias as well, some daylilies, sedums, some roses. And I just maintain a lot of this area as far as making sure the trash is picked up. But that's this area. I'll show you another area in this subdivision. This is one of the other beds. Right now, a lot of the perennials are cut down. Loads of spring flowers spring up in the spring. And there are a lot of perennial flowers that come up as well. It's really, really colorful. I may put some pictures up if I have some. I'm sure I do. But right now it is going into dormancy. And, you know, we all need that time of rest. And it needs that time of rest as well. And there is one more, but it's not really much to really show. So I'm going to pass on showing you that one. And I'm going to leave this subdivision and go to another client and show you what's going on there. I'm at this commercial property, And I just do this bed here, and I make sure along the bush lines that it's de-weeded all the way down the corridor. It's a lot of little bushes, but I don't have to shape the bushes or anything. I just make sure down here there's not a lot of weeds and things are kept tidy. I also trim these 2 Japanese maples. But yeah, this is the bed that I take care of, and it's not looking its best, but it's still alive. So when the frost hits it, I will come in, take up all the flowers. Got a big weed there. I have to come back in November when I pull these up and take these annuals out. And I usually put tulips in this area. So I'm going to have to buy some bulbs today. And I think I'm going to really make it look really pretty, fill it up, because it's not really a lot to do here. I usually use my auger to put in the bulbs, but I will be removing these annuals very soon. This is the last client I will show today. This is one of my clients that was very adamant about not taking out the flowers just yet. And can you blame her? I mean, look at it. It is gorgeous. Look at these beautiful coleus. And underneath I have some wax begonias. They are pretty. Very, very pretty. Also have some of these plants here. You can barely see them, but a lot of these are zinnias, and you can tell it's time to pull them eventually, but they're still hanging in there tough. They go all the way around, and you can tell that they're getting a little tired, and the frost will come, and then I'll come and pull them. Not today. I'll give it a little more time. I also have elephant ears in the front, at the front door on both sides. It's looking pretty good. Let me go around the other side. This container, this is not a container right here. This is just the flowers and the bed. But this container has really been pretty this year. Added some elephant ears to it. It's a thriller, filler, spiller. I forget the name of the spiller, but it's still a beautiful pot. Isn't that pretty? Coleus. I love it. And the bees. I haven't seen bees in a minute, but they're hanging out here. And these zinnias and everything. It's so pretty. Got butterflies still. Oh, those zinnias are gorgeous. Still loving life. So do you understand why they wouldn't want me to pull them? I get it. I wouldn't want to either. And this side yard is mainly roses and perennials and stuff like that, so we won't look at that. Just the annuals. Yeah, I am going to end this video with my clients, and I will come back November 1st, 2025. I'm looking out the window. I always have to pull up the curtain to see if the frost has killed anything. And it's November 2nd. It is 37 degrees out there. I am looking out the window again, and it is November 3rd. And as you can see, my petunias are still looking nice. We've had our first frost. And yes, this is close to the window, but if you look further out, my petunias are still in the pot. Eventually, what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove them because I want to just not, I want to do it when the weather is like this versus very cold and you don't want to be out there doing it. All right, guys, this is November 4th and we're getting ready to get some real cold weather coming next week. So I'm gonna remove this today. All right, I am done for the day. I am done actually with the front yard. I took out all, oh, I forgot one right there. But anyway, I got all those red hot salvias annuals out of there. And now that is cleared. And of course, my petunias are gone. Gonna miss those. And cut back a lot of the perennials. And my figs are still producing. I mean, I got a lot of them on there, but As far as them turning, I'm going to keep my eye on it because as soon as they turn, the ants want to eat them all up. I got rid of the cannas in here. That's nice and clean. I've left this and this bush here. Cut back the perennials here. Took the petunias out of that container. I need to straighten that container. Left the bobo, I think, hydrangea, and got rid of all the sun patience. They look pretty good. So yeah, this bed is finished as far as I'm concerned, and I have a whole backyard to do. I was looking for these grape hyacinths, couldn't find them anywhere, and I found them at a nursery today, and I love these things. I love the fact that they come back. It's 20 bulbs per bag, so I got 60. So I'm thinking about lining them up right along in here for the spring. And of course, these bulbs don't last forever, for a long time. They will be pretty starting off. And then the daffodils and the irises and all that will come up later. But yeah, I thought those, I love those. So glad to find them. I thought I recorded myself putting these down. I just made 3 big holes and dumped the whole package in there, and those bulbs that were root side up, I just turned them down into the ground and covered them all up. So these are the 3 holes. Sorry, I thought I was filming and it did not film. So there you have it, all planted. I'm gonna put some cages on top so that the squirrels can stay out of it, because they are good for taking my stuff out and putting their stuff in. All right, I put cages on top of these grape hyacinths because, like I say, the squirrels like to replace what I put in and put their nuts and stuff in here. So this should deter them from doing that.